The only reason why you're not doing it is because you don't feel like it. I'm Amanda Raquel with Amanda Music, Chicago's favorite and friendly voice coach. Well, I brought my coffee because I ain't scared of you. And I'm already ready. I'm ready to attack. Look, before I even get my juice, okay, my courage juice. Because I know y'all want to act like what I talk about ain't the real deal. But it's the real deal. And it's out of years of experience, of studying, of coaching, I'm talking about certified, of learning all the things, all the science, all the the Brian Tracy's and the Dale Carnegie's and the Zig Ziglars and okay, I get it. All right, so now we're going to address the only reason. We're going to compile all that information, all years of entrepreneurial experience, years of singing experience. We're going to compile it all and we're going to give it to you in one quick shot. Okay, so that it can forever be, the myths can be dispelled. You can stop working on yourself in a number of ways. You can stop wondering why it's not all happening for you. Are you ready? Because you need to right now find out the only reason why you're not singing, the only reason why you're not an artist. There's only one reason. Like after you look at all of them compiled, it's going to all come down to this one reason. Are you ready? Okay, I really, 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 really want you to know that I'm speaking to you with love. I'm speaking with love, even though truth never feels good. I hate it whenever someone gives me truth and I'm like, thank you, Lord Jesus, but honestly, if it's so good for me, why doesn't it feel good? So we're gonna all get our tea, we're gonna all get our cup of coffee, we're gonna all get our comfort, and we're gonna go in like some big girls, some big boys and some big girls. We're gonna take those little cutesy outfits that we don't fit anymore off, and we're gonna put real girdles on and real drawers on, the stuff that you can get comfortable in, because it's time to go in, and it's time to stop wasting not only your life, but the gift that God gave you for you to live your life well. He only got a path for you. He don't have like a bunch of options. He's like, this is why I made you. This is why I equipped you to do this thing, but you got to get on the path. And some of you know that you're singers. Some of you have no questions. You're just not doing it, or you're doing it at a little bitty level, like a cute little well, I did it. I can't feel guilt. I tried. So the only reason, let's just get right to it. The only reason that you are not singing, or that in your mind you're singing and you failed at it, meaning that you're not continuing it, meaning that you're not growing at it, which means you're not expanding at it, right? Which means you're not influencing the world with your voice. The only reason why you're not doing it, and I know you're thinking through, okay, well it's fears and it's pressures, and okay, the only reason why you're not doing it is because you don't feel like it. That's what I said it. For a number of reasons, you don't feel like it. That's why you're not doing it. Not you don't believe that you can't do it. Because even if whether you believe or not, that belief led to a feeling, and the feeling is like, well, since I don't believe, I don't think I can do it. That belief makes me sad. That belief makes me depressed. That belief makes me feel overwhelmed. And once I feel that, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like putting myself out there. I don't feel like learning. I don't feel like disciplining my gift. I don't feel like it. So all of it is going to come under that umbrella. Now, we obviously know that fears are a part of it. Typically for vocalists, that's the fear of criticism, the fear of rejection, and the fear of failing in front of people. As you age, you start to hear also that the fear of aging and looking inappropriate and dreaming again when it's too late, like that starts to surface. But those first three are typically the ones we got to deal with. I'm afraid that people are going to make fun of me. I'm afraid that people are going to say I'm crazy. I'm afraid that people are going to reject my music. I'm afraid that people are going to be like, where you get your voice from, girl? That sounds too white, too black, too different, too whatever. I'm afraid that I'm going to fail at it. I'm going to put my eggs in this basket, and my safe job, my secure whatever, my status is going to be taken from me, because now I failed as far as whoever is concerned. I don't know what, everyone has a different parameter what the failure is, right? But because I have failed, the thought of it, just the thought of it, paralyzes me. And don't even go into analysis paralysis, which is, well, what about this? And how am I going to promote? And what's my music going to be like? And who's going to be my band? And how are we going to make money? How are we going to make money? How am I going to make money? That's always the one, right? So those fears create emotions, and the emotions are what stop you. Now, obviously, we need to deal with the fear and then transform that, right? And all that comes through time and therapy or coaching or the things that you have to do to change that. And I can do that. But it's so funny. My people, they'll come to me, or sometimes people will come to me. I've had people who can't talk, who like, well, I'm like, you're not gonna talk, let alone sing. This is we're consulting. I need to hear your voice, honey. I need to hear if it's healthy. I need to hear what it sounds like. I need to hear your range. They can't even talk. They're like, I'm like, boo, open, boo. So I get people who are paralyzed in fear. And I'm like, you're singing because I don't do fear, so we're going to deal with this. So I have to trick people into singing. I have to trick people into being themselves. They don't even know that half of the things that I'm doing, the exercise when we're consulting, I'm tricking them. And all of a sudden they're singing. They're like, oh my gosh, where'd that come from? I'm like, that came from you. That's your body. That's what you sound like when you're singing. Oh my God. I mean, I only do that in the shower. So I know how to pull it out of you. But for you to sustain that, to continue doing that in front of the world when I'm not present, I got to start changing stuff up here so that you begin to feel strong. I'm changing you here so you feel capable. You've always been capable. You just don't believe it. You're so afraid, or you're so stuck, or you're so wondering, hypothetically. You know, I love the potential possible issues. You could live in that for forever. And I got to get you out of that, put you in reality, and then insert truth to the point where you believe and feel something different. You know, I did not know I was going to be a coach, a voice coach at that. But all of this stuff I learned in being a powerful entrepreneur. How do I become more courageous? How do I not stop when it's time to, you know, sell something I believe in or share something I believe in? How do I put myself out there again when this is, you know, this is how we eat, right? I got a lot riding on this. I had to be able to strip all that away so I could perform well. And now God's like going to the music industry, and I'm like, oh, this is the same thing. This is the same thing. Whether you're trying to make a sale in front of a person or whether you're trying to sing a song in front of a person, these are the same things that are keeping us blocked and locked up. And the biggest one is you don't feel like it. It's the biggest one. I just don't feel like putting myself, I don't feel like taking the hits. I don't feel like feeling the feelings that come when people say, no, I'm not interested. That's not for us. Don't you love the voices they make? You know, we're taking another direction. Why they gotta always make that face? Like, how they gotta squinch their face? We're gonna go in another direction. So that's number one. Number two is your habits. Your habits that you learned from your parents, procrastinating, making excuses, watching one more Netflix episode late at night. So now you're too tired to wake up in the morning to spend time making yourself, growing yourself, developing yourself, spending time with the Lord. Like those habits, your routines, eating food that you know your body does not like, or food like substances. Most of us aren't eating food. Most of us, our skin's messed up, our waistline's messed up, our brain is foggy. It's all jacked up because of what we think we call food that we're digesting and eating. Okay, all of those things are habits. Those things you picked up, things that you learned over time. I'm just hangry. You know, if I don't get no protein by now, I'm hangry. No, you're just out of control. We've got to get you not hangry. That food is actually causing a reaction in you that you shouldn't. Food is fuel. Food is supposed to make you calm. Food is supposed to elevate your game, make you feel stronger. Not like reactionary, right? So that's a habit that you learned. I understand. I did too. You know, things you pick up as you grow. And now you got to figure out, am I going to let that thing continue to stop me? Every time I'm on my menstrual, you know, I get an attitude. No. There are people, including yourself, who know how to keep themselves in control when that thing around the month comes. I'm telling you the truth. You don't lose control unless you want to lose control. That's what you're used to doing. You're used to doing it. Oh, it's that time of the month. I'm used to doing it. No, you don't have to do that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? If I don't have my alone time, I snap. Okay, well, go get you some alone time. Like, you don't have to go snapping, right? You don't have to go, be withdrawing so deep that you don't know how to function in life. Go get some alone time. But you don't have to lose yourself. And that typically comes because you're used to doing that for your life. Like you're used to doing it. whether your family did it or whatever it enabled you, life enabled you, you are just used to coping that way, you're used to defending yourself that way, you're used to, you know what I'm saying, comforting yourself that way. Whatever it is you're used to routinely doing, that is creating feelings of, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Pick how you want to say it. It's I don't feel like it. I told you I came with my courage juice, so I ain't worried about you. I'm not worried about you. I love you too much to worry. Love doesn't involve worry. I love you too much to worry. This is going to make you strong, and this is going to make you aware, like, oh my God, it's a feeling. Every time you go for something and then don't go for it, you're like, oh, there's a feeling. Why am I feeling? Now we can get to why you feel it, but it's always a feeling that stopped you. Every time you say, I'm about to, every time you make a new resolution and you don't do it, it's a feeling that stopped you. Maybe it's because you're exhausted. Maybe because you have toxic people around you. Maybe we're going to figure out, and that's what happens in the coaching that we go through. But regardless of whatever the feeling is, it's a feeling that stopped you. Well, that's all right. You know, I need a little basket so I can take some offerings because I'm preaching. Delayed results. This is the last reason why people don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. You started, you planted the seed, the harvest didn't come up fast enough. You put something in the ground, you put your music, your little one single out there. You know, I understand. You put your little EP out there and you didn't get the response you thought you was going to get. You put your one little album out there, you didn't understand how marketing worked, or your music was not refined and good enough. I understand that. The quality of it wasn't good enough, where it didn't attract the people that you need in your life to help make the music reach, right, and propel. So I understand that completely. Well, you're like, dang, I thought this was going to be better than it's starting off slow. But that's how it always starts out. Everybody want to be Beyonce. Everybody want to be Justin Bieber. Nobody looks at the years they put in developing the craft. So you feel like, man, I thought it was going to blow. It took so much for me to get here, to create something I was proud of, to even try. And the results ain't coming as fast. Whatever result I felt should have come didn't come fast enough. Now, I bet you got results. I bet you there are people who are like, man, great job. I bet you have people who are like, hey, let me help you refine this. Like, I bet you got good results. It's just not the results you thought you wanted, the results you expected. And so that unmet expectation got you not feeling like trying no more. I'm telling you, but it's all, I don't feel like it. I'm doing so good. I'm doing so... I mean, are you enjoying this as much as I am? I'm having a ball. Aren't you happy once you figure out why you aren't being you? I get so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why I'm not being myself. I'm being some version of myself. I'm being some version that you like. I'm being some version I think is safe, but it ain't me. Now you know why. Every time you're going to go audition and why you didn't do it. Why when you audition, you didn't snap. You held back. Why? Say it with me. Because I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel that I was going to get, you know, the applause or the reception that I expected. I didn't feel like it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Feelings indicate what you believe is true. They're just going to indicate what you really believe is true. So if you aren't moving forward, it's because you really believe you can't move forward. That's all the feeling is doing. It's not the truth. It's just your truth. It's an opinion. It's not the truth. There's a whole lot of people moving forward. It's not the truth. Feelings indicate what you believe is true. It's just not the truth. We have to put your feelings in truth so that truth, which always works, truth always works. And truth makes you feel good. Lies make you feel bad. So when you know you're in a lie, it's because you feel bad. And it's like this. Your body will just, you can be like having a regular day. And all of a sudden you go, there was a feeling. You see my shoulders? You see my face? There was a feeling that fast. There was a thought that happened. There was a memory. There was something that happened that quick. Someone walked past your cubicle and you was like, what was that thought? What was that belief? That indicated something you believe is true. She's good. She thinks she's better than me. I'm never going to get that promotion. She's going to get it. I'm never going to get picked for the song. They're going to get it. That happened just like that. And that's how you know you're believing a lie. Your body will tell you. It will become sad. You will become depressed. Good Lord Almighty, if you're not looking out there right now after we come through COVID and you can't figure out when you sad and depressed, we got to figure that out right now then. You got to know, I'm not happy with what's going on. And one of the ways you know it is your body is going to tell you. You'll be sick. You'll be sad. You'll have headaches. You'll feel low energy. You'll feel yourself cut. That is an indication that you believe something is true that's just not true. It's actually a lie. And then you go reaching for stuff to try and make yourself feel better, whether it's drugs, whether it's people, whether it's ridiculous relationships, whether it's whatever, another episode of whatever. It doesn't matter. You're just going to go medicate to feel better. But it's not going to be truth. So the only way to actually change you is that we've got to give you the truth. Now look, all that is, I mean, come on. We're already over 10 minutes here. So I can't give it all because I have to figure out what you believe is wrong. And then I have to replace it with what is actually the truth. And all of that takes a little bit of time. But what I do want you to know is this. You can just feel something different. Don't you remember feeling different? Don't you remember after you ate, you was like, oh, I feel okay. Don't you remember not going for something and then later on the week and go, I'm gonna go try and go to the gym. I know I quit before. Like, you just changed your feelings. So we can just change your feelings again, but this time we can do it on demand. You can just be like, nah. You know, the wonderful thing about being a woman is we love changing our minds. I ain't gonna go no more. I'm not gonna wear that today. I know I told her, but that's not gonna happen anymore. That is what's required to adjust your feelings that are rooted in something that's not true, that makes you feel bad. We just got to root it in something that is true, and we have to root it in the truth. Okay, now it won't work for me. That is a belief that it's not going to work for me, especially singers. I mean, it didn't work for my father, it didn't work for my mother, it didn't work for my cousin, it didn't work for my best friend. That has nothing to do with you. Absolutely, positively nothing. There are all kinds of areas for why it didn't work for that person, or why I didn't work for that artist in the industry, or why I didn't, all kind of reasons. That has absolutely, positively nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, one of the truths I have is God said it's going to happen, so it's going to happen. I don't have to even know how it's going to happen. God told me certain things about what I'm doing as an artist, and I'm like, well, what I'm doing as a coach, I'm like, well, all right, because I didn't see that coming, but if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. Either he's right, I misunderstood him, or this whole thing is a lie. So I decide to root what I believe in truth. If he said it, it doesn't matter if I think it won't work for me. I'm just wrong. He said that it will. Number two, how about this one? I'm just too tired. Look, you're not too tired, because if something you wanted to do came along, you'd find the energy. You just don't want to do this enough. So we have to make you want to do it enough. And so that you also need to adjust your life so you're not tired all the time. You're not tired when it's time to perform. There are choices you're going to make so that you're not tired anymore. And even when you are, like I am right now, you're going to take a nap and you're going to rest yourself so that when it's time to still create the video for the people who are in your tribe, who you're here to help, you can be ready and have energy even though you were just tired. You know what to eat, you know what to hydrate, you know what to put into your body to digest, you know how to reboot your system, you know how to meditate, you know how to do the things so that you're not going to be stuck anymore by, I'm just too tired, I don't feel like it. Let's give you one more. How about no one likes me? No one likes you? No one's gonna like it. No one's gonna like it. I'm like, nobody? Like the whole I met this woman, she was so cute, beautiful too, thin, powerful, had a nice little, situation. It wasn't a job, I don't know what she was doing, but she was nice. And I was like, girl. And she was like, you know, ain't no good men out there. I'm like, none? Girl, ain't no good men out there. They either gay, they on drugs, they in jail, they're selfish, they trying to sleep with. And she went on a whole list as to why there were no good men out there. I'm like, in the whole world? You dated all the men in the whole world? She's like, well, you dated all the men in Illinois? She like, well, everybody in Evanston. You've dated everybody in Evanston? It ain't that there are no good men. It's just you believe there are no good men, so you don't see good men. That's the mindset. So I said, how about you say, I haven't met any good men, but I know they're out there and I'm excited about meeting them. How about you just change your mind about that? Because how you going to say there's no good men out there, and then I go talk to a good man out there and he's saying ain't no good women out there. I'm like, how both y'all missing each other? Because you ain't looking for it. I'm trying to help you see that you get what you're looking for. You get what you're looking for. And I need you to look for certain things because you're excited about it. And when you're excited about it, you'll feel like pursuing it. Because the only reason why you ain't pursuing it, honey, is because you don't feel like it. Well, subscribe because you know I love you. That's all we have for today. We're going to be doing so much that I sometimes don't feel like doing myself. I get nervous. I get like, oh. And we're going to be doing some things that I can't wait to do. But either way it goes, we're going to do it because ain't nothing stopping what I'm going to become. Nothing's going to stop that. And those of you who know it's your time, those of you who just gone through a whole pandemic and you like, well, what's the point? Like, I mean, really, what I'm sitting here being scared of anyway, it's all falling apart. What I'm waiting on. I mean, for those of you who are in that season, you like, I'm ready to sing. I'm ready to take my voice to the next level. I'm ready to stop being afraid of certain notes. I'm ready to be technically trained. I'm ready to be able to be consistent with my sound. I'm ready to find my sound. Like for those of you who are like, I'm done playing with it, go ahead and get the link below. It's time for us to get to work. So there's that. Live coaching with me. And not only that, mind-blowing truth. That's going to change you, the person, so that after we transform you, you go out there and transform the world with your voice. And that's what it's all about. See you soon.